dear students, today we have to look at this paper, right? So we will start from the first question. What the first question says, use calculator or otherwise calculate the exact value of this expression. So this expression is given to us and they ask us to solve it by using a calculator or by in manually. So what will we do? First of all, we have to solve this fraction. You can see 2.76 divided by 0.8. So here you can see the calculator. We will just use a calculator. 2.76 divided by 0.8. So what value you get? You get 3.45. So the simplified form of this fraction is 3.45. And what is the square of 8.7? So we will again take the calculator and take the square of 8.7. You can see it's 75.69, right? So plus 75.69. Then what will we do? We will just add these two numbers, 3.45 plus 75.69. So we will just add 3.45 to it. So what we get here, it is 79.14. 79.14. So the simplified form of this expression is 79.14, right? So that was the first question and the first part. Here there is another part of this question. What it says, in a certain company a salesman is paid a fixed salary of this amount, $3,140. So that's a fixed salary, right? And an annual commission of 2% on total value of the cars sold for the year. So the total value is given to us, this value. So 2% of this value is the annual commission. First of all, they ask us to find his fixed salary. So it's very simple how to find the fixed salary, because the fixed salary per month is 3,140. So how many months are there in a year? Because they ask us to find his salary for the year. So we know there are 12 months in a year, and the salary for 1 month is 3,140. So what we had to do, we had just to multiply 12 with 3,140. So what you got, 37,680, right? $37,680. So that will be his salary for the year, right? And then the amount he received in commission for the year. So what's the commission rate? It's 2%. And how much he sold in a year? That is 720,000. So what will you do? You will find, for this question, you will find 2% of $720,000, right? So what do you mean by 2%? You know 2% means 2 over 100. So you will write 2 over 100 times 720,000. So if you simplify it, these two zeros and these two zeros cancel out, and you will get 7,200 times 2. So if you take the calculator and multiply 7,200 times 2, you will get $14,400, right? So $14,400. So that will be the total amount he received in commission for the year. So what was the fixed salary? The fixed salary is 37,680, and the commission amount is 14,400. His total income for the year. So in the year he received two amounts. One is from the fixed salary, that is 37,680, and the second one is 14,400, right? So if we add these two amounts, like it was 14,400 plus 37,680. If we add these two amounts, it's 52,080, right? So it's $52,080. That's the total income for the year. Let's see the next question. The ingredients for making pancakes are shown in the diagram below. So here this diagram is given to us, and what this diagram says, it says ingredients for 8 pancakes, right? So to make 8 pancakes, we need 2 cups of pancake mix and 1 1/3 cups of milk. So that's given to us. What we have to find, Ryan wishes to make 12 pancakes using the instructions given above. Calculate the number of cups of pancakes mix he must use. So how much pancake mix he must use? Because he is going to make 12 pancakes. So the information given to us here, from here we can find the ratio, right? How we will find the ratios? 2 pancakes. 2 pancakes mix are needed to make 8 pancakes, right? And here we don't know how many cups of pancakes mix. We don't know the amount of pancake mix, so we will put it as x. But this time here we have to make 12 pancakes, so we will use the proportion here and make this equation. From here x is unknown to us. That's the number of pancake mix he should use to make 12 pancakes, right? So we will simply solve this equation. 2 times 12 and 8 times x. 8x equals to 2 times 12 is 24. So if we divide both sides by 8, we will get x equals to 3, because 24 divided by 8 is 3. So the number of pancake mix he should use to make 12 pancakes is 3, right? And what's the second part of the question says, Nisha used 5 cups of milk to make pancakes using the same instruction. How many pancakes did she make? This time we have given 5 cups of milk, right? And what we have to find, we have to find the number of pancakes she made by using these 5 cups of milk. So first of all, we will find the ratio again. According to the given diagram, we can see that 1 and 1/3 cups of milk are used to make 8 pancakes. This is the ratio of the cups of milk with the cake pans. And here 5 cups of milk. This time 5 is given to us, and we don't know the number of pancakes she will make by using this amount of cups of milk, 5 cups of milk. So here we don't know the actual number of pancakes, so we will put it as x, right? That was the first step. Then we have just to solve this fraction, 1 and 1/3. So if you convert it into an improper fraction, 3 times 1 plus 1, that becomes 4 over 3, right? And over 8 equals to 5 over x. So you should know how to simplify this fraction. So it will be 4 divided by 3 times 1 divided by 8 over 5 over x. So it will become 4 over 24. 3 times 8 is 24, right? So it will become 5 over x. So we got this simple equation, and we have to solve for x. So it will become 4x. I will write it here. 4x equals to 5 times 24, right? 5 times 24, 5 times 24 is 120, right? 120. So if we divide both sides by 4, we will get x equals to 30. So what is 30 here? 30 is the number of pancakes, which was unknown to us in this case when she is using 5 cups of milk. So if she use 5 cups of milk, she will make 30 pancakes, right? Then we will come to the next question. Given that a equals to 6, b equals to -4, and c equals to 8, calculate the value of this expression, right? So it's also simple. What we have to take, we have to take the values of a, b, and c and plug in this equation. First of all, here you can see it's a squared. A squared means 6 squared, plus it's just b, right? And the value of b is -4, so you will put -4 here. Our c, the value of c is just 8 minus b. It's just b, and the value of b is -4. So we will simplify this fraction more. 6 squared means 6 times 6, and we know 6 times 6 is 36 minus 4 over, it's 8, and negative makes positive, so it will become 8 plus 4. So it will be 32 over 12. So that's the simplified. You may also simplify it more, like if you divide both sides by 4, both the numerator and denominator by 4, it will become 8 and 3, right? So 8 over 3, you may also write it in this form. Like 8 divided by 3, 3 times 2 is 6, and 2. So it will become 2 whole 2 over 3rd. That will be the simplified form for this value, and that's the value of this expression. Next, you can simplify the expression. Here we have given the expression like 3 times x minus y plus 4 times x plus 2y. First of all, you will multiply 3 with x. It will become 3x minus 3 times y, that is 3y. Then you will multiply 4 with x. It will become 4x. Then 4 times 2y, that becomes 8y, right? Then you will combine the similar terms, like the terms containing x and the terms containing y. So 3x plus 4x, it will become 7x, and negative 3y plus 8y, it will become 5y. So here in this expression, you can see there is no similar terms. X and y are different variables. We cannot simplify it further. So the answer for this question will be just 7x plus 5y. If we look at the next part, it's 4x squared times 3x to the power of 4. What is 4 times 3? 4 times 3 is 12. And you should know how to multiply x squared with x to the power of 4. Like I will show it here. X squared times x to the power of 4, right? So it will become x to the power of 2 plus 4. What is 2 plus 4? That is 6. In multiplication, we add the exponents, right? So it will become x to the power of 6. And here it's 6x to the power of 3, right? So 12 divided by 6 is what? 2. And here we should know the division rule, how to divide x to the power of 6 with x to the power of 3. So it will become x to the power of 6 minus 3. In division, we subtract the exponents, right? So it will become 2x to the power of 3. That will be the simplified form of this fraction. Let's see the next question. Solve the inequality. Here we have given an inequality, right? So if I write it here, x minus 3 is less than 3x minus 7. We have to simplify this inequality. So what will we do? There are many ways to do it. Like first of all, we will get rid of this x. So what should we do? We will subtract x on both sides. So x and x cancel out here. You will get just negative 3 is less than 3x minus x. They are similar terms. We will subtract them. It will become 2x minus 7. That was the first step. And what will be the next step? In the next step, we will get rid of this 7. So I will do it directly. We will add 7 here and add 7 here, right? So this 7 and 7 cancel out. 7 minus 3 is just 4, and 4 is less than 2x. We will get rid of this 2 now. So what will we do? We will divide both sides by 2, right? 4 divided by 2 is just 2 is less than x. It means 2 is less than x, the solution of this inequality. You may also write this expression as x is greater than 2. They are the same thing if you say 2 is less than x or x is greater than 2, right? So that was the first part. What the second part says here, if x is an integer, determine the smallest value of x that satisfies the inequality in C1 above. It means we have to find, here you have determined the values of x. X should be greater than 2. So what are the numbers greater than 2? If I write here, the numbers will be 3, 4, 5, 6 and up to so on, right? So what's the smallest value of x? The smallest value of x is so what's the smallest value of x? These are the values of x. The smallest value of x is just 3, right? So the answer for this question will be just 3. Then we have another question. Here you can see T and E are subsets of universal set U. So universal set is given to us here, right? And the values inside this set are from 1 to 12. The numbers 1 to 12. And what is T? T is a set that contains multiples of 3. Because U is the universal set, so we will take the multiples of 3. 3, 6, 9, and 12. And what is E? E is the set of even numbers. We know even numbers start from 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. So these are the 3 sets, U, T, and E. What the first part says, draw a Venn diagram to represent this information. We have to draw a Venn diagram. You know, universal set is usually represented by a square, right? And what are the subsets here? The subsets are T and E, right? So what is T? T contains the number 3, 6, 9, and 12. And what is E? E is the set of even numbers till 12. So first of all, if we look at the common numbers, then you can see 6 is common in both of them, right? And 12 is common in both of them. So they are overlapping sets. So you will represent the sets like this. So I will mention here, this is set T and this is set E and this is set U. right? So first of all, what will you do? You will write the numbers like if I mention the numbers 6 and 12. So 6 and 12 are in this section, in this section, right? And the remaining numbers in T, except 6 and 12, there are two numbers, that is 3 and 9, right? And in the set E, the numbers 0, 2, 4, 8, and 10 are included. So what are the numbers other than this in U? You have to see that the number 1 is not in both of these sets. So 1 is outside. Similarly, it, if you find any other number like 11, like 7, right? So these are the numbers outside. So the Venn diagram will be like this. Then list the members of the set T intersection E. So T intersection E means the common members of set T and E. We already determined it, so it's 6 and 12, right? Then what they ask, T union E and a whole complement. T union E. So if I write this set T union E, combine all the elements of T and E. So we will start from 0, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, and 12. So this is T union E, right? So then we have to find the whole complement. Whole complement means U difference T union E, right? So we have to write the numbers which are included in U, right? But not in this union. So the numbers which are missing from here in this union. So the number you can see 1 is missing, 5, 7, and 11. These numbers are missing in the union of T and E, but they are included in the set U, in the universal set. So this will be T union E whole complement, right? Then we have another question here. The diagram below, not drawn to scale, shows a triangle LMN. So L, M, and N are the vertex of the triangle, right? With L and 12, this side is given to us as 12, and this side is unknown to us, that is represented by X. This angle is represented by theta, right? And the N this side is 6 centimeter, this side is 8 centimeter. What do we have to find? We have to find X. So what is X here? You can see X is the hypotenuse of this similar triangle. This similar triangle, right? Is the hypotenuse of this triangle. We know that hypotenuse squared, according to Pythagorean theorem, hypotenuse squared equals to adjacent squared plus opposite squared, right? So what's the hypotenuse of this triangle? That is X. So we will represent it by X squared. And what's the adjacent side, right? If we take this theta, then adjacent side is 8. I will directly write 8 squared here. And what's the opposite side, which is 6? So it means X squared will be equal to 8 squared. 8 squared means 8 times 8, which is 64. And 6 squared means 6 times 6, which is 36. So X squared will be equal to 64 plus 36 is 100. That's the value of X squared. If you have to find X, then you have to take square root on both sides. And X will be equal to square root of 100 is just 10. So X will be 10 centimeters, right? This side will be 10 centimeters. Then what we have to find? We have to find theta. What is theta? Here theta is this angle, right? So what will we do? If we consider this right angle triangle, and apply sine theta. What is sine theta? According to trigonometric rule, sine theta is opposite our hypotenuse, right? So what's the opposite side here? If this is the angle, the opposite side is nk, which is 6. I will directly write 6 here. And what's the hypotenuse? It's 12, right? So what we got, if we simplify 6 over 12, it will become 1/2, right? So it will be sine theta equals to 1/2, or I will write it as 0.5, right? Then you can use a calculator. Yes, here you find sine inverse, right? Sine inverse of 0.5, and use this, and sine, it will be 30 degrees, right? So theta will be 30 degrees here. So here the value of theta will be 30 degrees, right? Then second part of this question. The diagram below shows a map of a playing field drawn on a grid of 1 centimeter square. The scale of the map is 1:1250. Measure and state in centimeters the distance from S to F on the map. So to measure it on the map, what will you do? You will simply use a scale and measure this distance, right? So if I take a scale and measure this distance, what I will get 7.8. I use a scale and got that it is 7.8, right? 7.8 centimeter. That's the distance on the map, measured it in centimeters. Calculate the distance in meters from S to F on the actual playing field. Then what you have to find? You have to find the distance on the map, right? So what will you do? To find it, 7.8 is the length on the map, right? And what's the ratio? It's 1250, 1250. You will times it with 1250, right? So what do you get if I use a calculator here? And 1250 times 7.8, it will be 9750 centimeters. So you have to find the distance in meters, right? So if you have to convert it into meters, you will divide it by 100. So it will be 9.75 meters. So the distance from point S to F will be 9.75 meters.